All right, we're here to handicap the NFL schedule here. We broke things down game by game to decide how things were going to play out in the 2010 schedule. Maybe help you out with some of your fantasy football decision making. And if you also like going to Vegas and wasting all your money on some bets, don't listen to us, but at least watch the video. Anyway.
Wait, I'm too young.
Yes, yeah, I don't know. I don't really keep track anymore. I don't live here. So, pretty much, the first thing I want to start out with, though, is what is your all-time 2 favorite movies? Go.
My all-time 2 favorite movies? That's a toughie right there. But, I just watched them, actually, last night. I saw them. We get this free movie preview, and, I'm totally stoked for this.
Yes.
First.
Especially those 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. movies.
Yes. I stayed up till 6 a.m. doing this. First, Space Jam. You can't go wrong with Space Jam. Michael Jordan,
get up. It's
Bill Murray, that fat guy from Seinfeld.
Wayne Knight.
Yeah, that guy.
For the older crowd who knows who that is.
And Bugs Bunny. He's full of laughs.
He was so young in that movie, too.
He was. He's grown a little bit older, but,
He showed his age in Looney Tunes Back in Action.
I didn't watch that for a reason. It didn't have Michael Jordan. My
it
second
had Jeff
movie.
Gordon in it. Okay.
Second movie. You had to bring up NASCAR. My second movie. Yeah, ratings down. Second movie, Pineapple Express. They both go together. Space Jam, Pineapple Express.
Drugs. Cartoon characters you talk to.
Cartoons.
Aliens you play basketball against. Yes.
The final scene in Pineapple Express was I honestly, salivated how awesome the action was. I also got that checked afterwards.
Really? Seeing Seth Rogen in his underwear is worth it. Anyway,
yes.
So, yeah, on that note, let's talk about the NFC East.
Oh, yeah, we have football to talk about.
Let's decide how we think the NFC East is going to be broken down. Why don't you tell us how you think things are going to play out?
The NFC East, media loves this division.
Yeah.
Personally,
more than
not
they
much.
should. Kind of like a messy love that you need a towel for.
Yeah, we're stripping and everything, and it's
dewy.
Yeah. What are we
the kind of love that you look at in the mall and go, I don't want any part of that.
You know what kind of love I have that for? I have that for the Cowboys this year. I have them winning this division.
Ooh.
Going 11-5. Most people do. They are the favorites this year. You got Philly and New York at 9-7, and Washington trailing the pack at 5-11. What do you have?
Okay, well, I also have Dallas winning this division, and I want to put a gun to my head for saying that. And then also I have Philadelphia finishing 9-7, followed by the Washington Redskins at 6-10, and the New York Football Giants finishing a floundering 5-11.
Why 5-11? I wondered that while we were picking games.
Well, I personally feel that Tom Coughlin is done as the Giants coach after this season.
From Jacksonville days?
Oh, no, because I liked him.
Oh, you did?
I did like him. No bitterness, just bad football. I think this team is not going to play well. Brandon Jacobs got a huge contract last year and was pretty much a no-show last season. I think their running game is going to falter again. I think they don't know who their wide receivers are going to be. And it's really unfortunate for Eli Manning because I do think he's a great quarterback. And I think their defense is overrated simply because they're New York.
True. I think so, too. And Tom Coughlin's just a mean guy. I think karma is going to catch up with him.
I do think he would punch a baby.
Perhaps he has multiple times.
That's probably why he's so upset all the time.
Probably his good luck showing before each game.
How many times he punched a baby.
Making a baby bleed
before a game. Baby.
That's graphic.
But really, I think the Giants are going to be the odd team out in that division, with Washington improving at quarterback and Dallas and Philadelphia still being good teams. I think New York has to be the one that loses those games.
Let me put up this question, or kind of what I'm thinking. It was Jason Campbell wasn't that bad, and Donovan McNabb aging a little bit. Going to a new team, having to learn a new system.
With no weapons, by the way. No weapons.
I mean, you can throw to Randall L. He's
Chris
better.
Cooley.
He's Cooley, who
Santana
flounders
Moss.
all the time. Moss has 2
How
good
many
games.
of you yawned when I
overrated.
said those names? That's right.
Exactly. Randall L's better off catching punts rather than catching passes.
Yes.
They could have played him at quarterback.
They could have, actually.
I like seeing him throw the ball.
He was actually a pretty good quarterback.
I don't like Washington. They still...
Well, the debate is, how many more wins does Donovan McNabb get you over last year's team, which was not a very good team? And I don't think Donovan McNabb suddenly makes you a playoff team.
No.
And I also don't think that Donovan McNabb moving within the division suddenly makes this the best division in football. I do think Washington struggles as they still have locker room issues. They've still got lineup issues with who they're going to use, what kind of role are they going to play on the offensive side, and what kind of offensive team is this going to be.
Right.
They struggle to keep their running back healthy. They're going to have too many questions to answer in one season to suddenly become a 10-6, 11-5 team.
Did I tell you how good you look in red?
Yeah, you did actually.
Oh, yeah. Philly losing McNabb, a divisional thing. I know people made a big fuss about it.
Yes,
Is Kevin Cobb going to do the job?
I think he's serviceable. That's a word
Serviceable.
you like to throw around with quarterbacks. Guy who does not lose the game for you,
Right.
but doesn't necessarily win the game for you. I think who this hurts is Deshaun Jackson. His numbers were inflated by the fact that he caught like 13 passes of 50 or more yards throughout the season. I don't think Kevin Cobb is going to be doing that on the same level that McNabb was able to deliver. So I think Jackson's numbers come down. Running back's going to be interesting. With Westbrook out of the picture, Macklin?
Jeremy Macklin.
Macklin comes in at running back. I don't necessarily... is he wide receiver?
Wide receiver.
Okay, then who's running back?
They've got LaShawn McCoy, I think.
LaShawn McCoy is who I'm thinking of. McCoy, I think, is a great talent, but, does he step in and fill the shoes that Westbrook did for so many years?
Yeah, he's a little bit like a Westbrook, though, so it's like they don't have to switch much, because he can catch, he can run.
He fits the system.
He'll probably be injured by week 2, like Westbrook.
This is exactly why I think the Eagles are a above 500 team, but not necessarily a playoff team.
Risks.
Because you've got so many moving parts here, and a lot of people in roles that they're not used to.
Okay. Andy Reid usually gets the job done.
I have
I'll trust him.
utmost confidence in Andy Reid.
Dallas. Do you believe in all the hype with Dallas?
I don't believe in the hype. I do believe in the talent. I think Tony Romo is at a point where he has the weapons he needs to be effective on the field. This team has struggled to find exactly how Romo needs to be set up to be a winner. I think they found those players. Romo needs a lot of options to throw to. He's going to have a ton of options with 4 excellent wide receivers and a good tight end in Jason Witten, who he definitely trusts. And then at running back, they got some depth by accident last season, having to use Tashard Choice. They've now got 3 running backs that can possibly fill the void. I really think with them having a decent defense and a lot of weapons on offense, this team is going to be very hard to beat.
I miss Nick Folk. Being Arizona townsman, Nick Folk was the only thing I liked about the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was the first time in Cowboys history that I liked something they had. So
yeah,
it's tough that he's gone, and it's going to be tough to watch the Cowboys winning a lot of games.
We'll get to it a little bit later. But the Cowboys with Wade Phillips, who I despise,
he's a terrible coach.
Horrible.
I think at least 2, if not more, of their losses will be Wade Phillips.
Honestly, I don't even know if we have to say that. It's so obvious that everyone thinks he sucks.
I think Wade Phillips realizes he sucks. He's just really happy he continues to get paid.
Like our informal talk there, sucks.
Yes, that's a technical term when describing
Wade Phillips. That's a YouTube term. We're
describing
YouTube.
Wade Phillips, so the words like sucks or loser or
virgin,
goat
too.
Block of cheese was popular earlier. Let's go with that again.
I think the block of cheese could coach better. I don't want to go into how.
I think Tom Landry's hat
want to make a
coach
whole
better than
joke,
Wade Phillips, but I still think this team is going to win the division regardless, and make a run at the Super Bowl. Once playoffs come around.
I want to see Troy Aikman get another concussion.
He might get one watching the Giants play because they're going to be on TV a lot and they're going to suck. So
good point. We've got the NFC East there.
Let's get that out of the way. Nobody likes that division anymore.
Nobody really.